In the midst of the forest, Mireya found herself experiencing an event that would forever impact her life.
Whatever that is, it is walking across the forest. It's huge. This is the biggest heat signature I've ever seen.
Mireya, a seasoned explorer and researcher, has dedicated her life to the pursuit of elusive creatures.
Holy crap.
There are no known primates here. There's something really out there.
Something really out there.
But nothing could have prepared her for the incredible events that occurred on her most recent expedition, on Expedition Bigfoot. Join us as we delve into Mireya's extraordinary exploits and the thrilling day that prompted her to say, "I've told you we would find him." In one of Expedition Bigfoot's episodes, the team goes on another hazardous journey to obtain undeniable evidence of Bigfoot's existence. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, has piqued people's interest around the world for decades, with many believing this enigmatic creature lives in North America's deep forests. Despite numerous attempts, no concrete evidence has been discovered, keeping the creature in the realms of mythology and cryptozoology. However, this has not discouraged explorers or scientists, who remain enthralled by the prospect of uncovering a species previously unknown to science. Bigfoot has long been shrouded in mystery, caught between hope, skepticism, and fascination. Despite the many sightings, photos, and videos, most evidence is either too blurry or easily dismissed, keeping the legend at the edge of believability. But in this episode, the discovery of new footprints reignites excitement and raises the possibility that the team is on the brink of uncovering tangible proof.
Whoa, this looks like a footprint. Hey, Ronnie. I think I'm kneeling over what looks like bedding. I see what looks like a very deep footprint.
For Russell Accord, the team's leader, this finding marks a watershed moment. Alongside him is Dr. Mireya, a well-known primatologist who lends scientific rigor to the hunt for this elusive creature. While many scientists view Bigfoot as a myth, Dr. Mayer's presence lends credibility to the endeavor. Her experience researching monkeys in harsh situations, such as remote rainforests and high-altitude places, lends legitimacy to the work. Bigfoot enthusiasts often describe the creature as towering between 7 to 10 feet tall, with a massive, primate-like build, but with distinctly non-human features. The footprints are strikingly larger than those of any human, even compared to extremely large individuals like professional athletes. After closely examining the prints, the team quickly rules out common animals like bears. What stands out most is the depth of the prints, indicating that whatever made them was not only massive but also incredibly heavy, fitting the description of Bigfoot, a giant bipedal creature.
Take a look at this.
Oh, wow.
Up here,
Oh, yeah. The hand, oh my God.
do you see that?
Those fingers look long as hell, dude.
Furthermore, the heel-to-toe movement pattern in the prints indicates a two-legged animal, excluding any four-legged species. This evidence is consistent with conventional stories of Bigfoot, making the team much more fascinated than before. The heel-to-toe motion of the imprints suggests that the creature moves erect, much like a human. However, the sheer size and depth of the prints lead the researchers to assume that this being is far larger than any human, raising the likelihood that it is Bigfoot. The crew meticulously examines the prints, measuring their width, length, depth, and stride between steps. These data allow them to estimate the monster's height and weight, bolstering the theory that it is a gigantic bipedal species. With excitement building, they realize they may be closer than ever to solid evidence of Bigfoot's existence. To preserve the discovery, the crew opts to cast the footprints. This entails filling the prints with a hardening substance to form a permanent mold. Casting is important because it allows them to analyze the prints later in a controlled lab environment, providing a tangible record even if the original prints are damaged or lost. The process is sensitive and demands accuracy. Any errors may result in the loss of critical data. The team takes its time with the prints, making sure that every detail is caught. The team understands that these casts could provide important information, just as paleontologists do when reconstructing ancient organisms from limited fossils. Once the casting process is complete, the team feels a strong sense of accomplishment. They've secured the evidence and are one step closer to uncovering the mystery surrounding Bigfoot. Footprint casting is an important procedure used in both wildlife biology and cryptozoology to collect precise information about numerous animals, known and unknown. Casting prints allows researchers to closely investigate the structure and properties of footprints, comparing them to known species. In its search for Bigfoot, the team is employing footprint casting to learn more about the creature's anatomy and movement patterns. Their goal is that analyzing these prints would tell if they actually belong to Bigfoot or another species that has yet to be discovered.
There's a good chance we're going to see dermal ridges on this thing. There's a good chance that Mireya's going to pull some DNA from the footprint. I feel like a kid in a candy store right now. This is awesome.
The creature's movement and foot shape could reveal critical insights into its identity and behavior. Therefore, casting is an important aspect of the inquiry. However, the crew is enthused about more than simply the enormous footprints. In addition to these large prints, they uncovered what appear to be knuckle prints, which adds a completely new layer to the puzzle. These indentations mirror those made by primates such as gorillas and chimps, who walk on their knuckles for support. This discovery implies that whatever left the imprints may have parallels to these primates, possibly utilizing its knuckles to move when necessary. The discovery of both knuckles and footprints complicates the inquiry, implying that the species may occasionally travel on all fours, similar to gorillas. This raises a fresh question. May Bigfoot switch between bipedalism and quadrupedalism based on its surroundings or needs? The crew carefully examines the space between the knuckles and footprints, attempting to piece together how the creature moves. If the knuckle prints are actually related to Bigfoot, they depict a versatile, robust monster capable of adopting several modes of locomotion. This evidence strengthens the hypothesis that Bigfoot is a previously unknown primate species. Some scholars even believe that Bigfoot is a relic population of Gigantopithecus, a huge ape that thrived in Asia but is considered to have become extinct thousands of years ago. However, it is likely that a tiny population survived in distant areas of North America, turning into what we now know as Bigfoot. And there's another intriguing possibility to consider: the amphibious hypothesis. Could Bigfoot live near or in water? Some believe the creature could be amphibious, which might explain why it's so elusive. These knuckle prints, combined with the footprint evidence, bring the team one step closer to uncovering the truth about this legendary creature. As the team follows the footprint trail, they see something unexpected. The prints appear to have originated near the edge of a body of water. This led them to believe that the creature may have emerged from the water before making its way through the woodland. What makes this more intriguing is the potential that Bigfoot is aquatic, which could explain why it has been so elusive for years. Most Bigfoot searches have traditionally focused on land-based habitats, dense forests, mountains, and remote areas. However, if the creature is equally comfortable in water, it would significantly complicate efforts to track it.
That's insane. Oh, look. There's another big one. There's a set.
Zach, there's bigger tracks.
Vast bodies of water, combined with thick forests, provide the perfect environment for an intelligent creature to hide and move about undetected. Many regions in North America offer such landscapes, which could explain why credible sightings of Bigfoot have been so rare. This amphibious idea poses intriguing concerns concerning Bigfoot's behavior and preferred habitats. Could Bigfoot be using rivers, lakes, and other aquatic habitats to avoid detection by humans? Is it feasible that this creature can swim or spend long periods partially submerged? These ideas may potentially indicate a far broader set of research requirements. If Bigfoot is amphibious, researchers may need to shift their focus from forests and rural areas to water situations. This begins a new chapter in the search for the legendary creature and may be the key to eventually discovering its actual nature. As the team examines the evidence, they come across something intriguing: a set of large, bare footprints that instantly grabs their attention. The odds of someone walking through this remote area barefoot seem slim, which raises the stakes. But that's not all. Just above the prints, they find something even more remarkable: a discovery that has everyone buzzing. The team begins to suspect that Bigfoot is using water as a form of hiding, traveling across rivers and lakes to avoid detection by people. This notion gains traction when they discover many sets of footprints of varied sizes. Some are much larger, while others are noticeably smaller, implying that there could be more than one species in the region. The data suggests something potentially groundbreaking: a Bigfoot family. This discovery of what could be a family unit, particularly with the smaller footprints possibly belonging to a youngster, raises a slew of new questions. Could this be evidence of Bigfoot's familial structure? The presence of younger creatures opens the door to discussions about the reproductive habits of these elusive beings. Does Bigfoot live a solitary life, or are they social animals living in tight-knit family groups? And if these smaller prints do belong to a young Bigfoot, what might this tell us about their parenting behaviors and how they raise their offspring? These newly discovered footprints provide a fascinating peek into Bigfoot's likely life cycle and social dynamics. The team believes they're onto something major, and the farther they delve into the mystery, the more questions arise regarding Bigfoot's hidden world. Could this be the key that unlocks the creature's secrets? Stay tuned. The possibility that Bigfoot lives in social groupings similar to other primates adds a fascinating layer to the inquiry. The team is currently investigating the possibility that these creatures have intricate family relationships, which opens up a whole new set of possibilities. If there are multiple Bigfoot living together, this could provide invaluable clues about their behavior, interaction, and even their breeding patterns. What's even more intriguing is the potential discovery of a juvenile Bigfoot. By examining the size and spacing of footprints, the team could estimate the age and growth stages of not only the juvenile, but also the adults, giving researchers fresh insight into how Bigfoot matures, develops, and adapts to its environment. Throughout their inquiry, the team methodically documents their findings using a combination of traditional means, such as photography and note-taking, and cutting-edge technology. They've used 3D scanning to capture every minute detail of the footprints and other tangible evidence, ensuring that nothing is overlooked.
When you don't have an animal in front of you and you're trying to reconstruct what it looked like or its behavior, many times in the fossil records, we only have 1 or 2 bones to give us what the entire picture looked like. This is not dissimilar, but the fact that we have this print we can actually analyze, I feel like we can get a lot of information from that.
These high-definition digital models can be shared with other researchers and compared to known tracks, contributing to a more compelling argument for Bigfoot's presence. The crew scans each print, ensuring that every detail is maintained before sending it to Bryce for extensive study. What makes this method so important is the credibility it lends to the investigation. Cryptozoology is prone to skepticism, so every piece of evidence must be recorded with scientific precision. The team's cautious use of technology and methodical recording not only saves the data for future research, but also enables them to communicate their findings in a professional, scientifically plausible manner. By sticking to these principles, the team improves their case, increasing the likelihood that their discoveries will be accepted seriously by the general public and scientific community. The Expedition Bigfoot team is working to build a case for the existence of Bigfoot that can be taken seriously by both cryptozoologists and mainstream scientists. Their discoveries could have major implications for the field of cryptozoology, which is often seen as a fringe science, but seeks to uncover species that are yet to be recognized by the scientific community. Bigfoot may be the most famous cryptid, but it is not the only one. People all across the world have been fascinated by animals such as the Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, and the Chupacabra. Cryptozoologists see this as more than just chasing stories. It's about pushing the boundaries of science and accepting that we may not have uncovered all life on Earth yet. The field is based on the assumption that there may yet be unknown species hiding in isolated, unexplored areas. What makes the search for Bigfoot so significant is the potential to challenge everything we know about biology, zoology, and human knowledge. Recently, the team caught something unusual on their thermal imaging, giving them a glimpse of what might be out there. If proven, Bigfoot's existence could forever change how we understand the natural world. Bigfoot's finding may generate new questions about evolution, adaptation, and survival in remote environments. How has such a creature stayed concealed for so long? What evolutionary factors helped it thrive in North America's dense forests? What would its existence indicate about other cryptids or unknown species? The search for Bigfoot is not just scientific, it has strong cultural origins, particularly in Native American folklore. For generations, Native American tribes have spun legends about a big, enigmatic creature who was often regarded as a forest protector or possibly a spiritual entity. These stories existed long before European settlers arrived. Many tribes have their own names and interpretations of Bigfoot. For example, the Salish people call it Sasset, or Wild Man, while the Sioux refer to it as Kayatanka, meaning Big Elder Brother.
This thing was 10 foot tall. He had beautiful hair.
Was killing some animals, breaking in chicken houses, killing chickens.
I come out here and rough talked him and run him off.
If Bigfoot were discovered, it may significantly validate these old traditions, bridging the gap between folklore and scientific fact. Bigfoot has long been a part of North American legend, notably among Native American cultures, where it is regarded as a spiritual guardian of nature rather than something to be feared. The presence of similar legends across numerous tribes suggests that the concept of Bigfoot is firmly rooted in the region's cultural heritage. Perhaps these stories evolved to explain the unknown or to symbolize the relationship between humans and the wild. Some cryptozoologists believe that stories about Bigfoot stem from true encounters with yet-to-be-discovered creatures. The present interest with Bigfoot developed in the mid-20th century, particularly in 1958, when the moniker Bigfoot gained currency when a construction worker called Jerry Crew discovered huge footprints in Northern California. This finding garnered global publicity, sparking great interest in the creature. Over the next several decades, more sightings and stories surfaced from the Pacific Northwest, adding to the legend surrounding Bigfoot. One of the most famous pieces of evidence is the Patterson-Gimlin film, shot in 1967, which allegedly shows a large, hairy bipedal creature walking along Bluff Creek in Northern California. While some believe this footage is definitive proof of Bigfoot's existence, others claim it's a hoax. Despite decades of scrutiny, the film remains controversial, and no consensus has been reached about its authenticity. The search for Bigfoot, while exciting, is frequently met with skepticism from scientists. Cryptozoology is often referred to as fringe science or pseudoscience, since it studies species that orthodox biology does not recognize. Critics claim that there is insufficient empirical evidence to establish the reality of beings like Bigfoot, and that many sightings are easily explained by recognized animals or natural phenomena. One major obstacle for cryptozoologists is the question of reproducibility, which is a fundamental concept in scientific study. Reliable findings should be consistent and verifiable by other researchers working in similar conditions. Unfortunately, much of the evidence supporting Bigfoot is anecdotal, with sightings being isolated and difficult to duplicate. Additionally, physical evidence like hair samples, bones, or DNA has either proven inconclusive or has not been found in quantities sufficient to convince the broader scientific community. Nonetheless, some experts are open to the possibility of undiscovered species, particularly in remote and uncharted locations. They claim that just because a species has yet to be discovered does not preclude its existence.
I definitely don't think we should give up on this place.
Right. What is that? What is that? Look up there. Look at the ridge.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, right here. You see it?
Every year, new species are discovered, frequently in remote locations. A classic example is the coelacanth, a fish assumed to be extinct for 66 million years, but discovered living off the coast of South Africa in 1938. This serves as a reminder that science is constantly growing, and our knowledge of the natural world is far from complete. The scientific establishment's unwillingness to seriously engage with cryptozoology stems in part from how evidence is frequently presented. Bigfoot fans may rely on unclear images, hazy footprints, and eyewitness testimony, evidence that is easily rejected. However, current cryptozoologists are using advanced technologies such as DNA analysis, camera traps, and drone monitoring to lend credence to their studies, even if widespread acceptance is still a long way off. While cryptozoology is still a contentious field, it is critical to promote curiosity and open-mindedness in science. The pursuit of Bigfoot and other cryptids frequently leads researchers to examine the globe's most isolated areas, potentially leading to the discovery of new species or vital insights into the natural world that might otherwise go undetected. Even if cryptozoologists never find Bigfoot, their efforts can contribute to broader scientific knowledge about wildlife, ecosystems, and environmental changes. Looking ahead, the future of Bigfoot research remains uncertain. While the evidence gathered thus far has yet to persuade mainstream scientists, there is an increasing push in cryptozoology for more data-driven techniques. DNA analysis, video traps, and drones may bring researchers closer than ever to discovering conclusive evidence of Bigfoot's existence. The search raises more general problems about how we define knowledge and discovery. Could an undiscovered species be hiding in the remote forests of North America, as some cryptozoologists believe? Or is Bigfoot merely a product of folklore and imagination, sustained by our yearning for mystery and wonder? These issues are at the heart of cryptozoology, motivating researchers like the Expedition Bigfoot team to continue their investigation. Even if Bigfoot is never discovered, the hunt has intrinsic worth, fostering research, curiosity, and a willingness to push the boundaries of what we know. In an age when many people believe there are no more big discoveries to be made, the prospect of discovering an undiscovered species like Bigfoot serves as a reminder that there is still plenty to learn about our environment. As Mireya's adventure progresses, the mysteries of the wild grow deeper, leaving us all wondering what is beyond the woods. If you're as captivated by her discovery as we are, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more adventures, and leave a comment below about what you think lurks in the forest. See you on the next expedition.